Hello everyone, Wildcard here. Today we'll speak about 8 things that prevent low elo players from climbing rank. Once you have those mistakes fixed, the chances of climbing will multiply drastically. Before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss new educational content about League of Legends. Usually players have clear understanding about when they need to recall, if they have loads of gold, or if they show the lane so there is nothing to farm. Just know that if you want to recall, make sure to show the wave to maximize your gold income and guarantee that when you return to the lane, the wave will be bouncing back towards you so the enemies can't freeze the lane. Where I see more often that players don't know when to recall in other cases. When they expect an enemy jungler who waits in the bush or they are too low and just continue to stay low HP, basically doing nothing instead of recalling. This way you put yourself into a situation when you can't do anything, or at the same time you create a perfect environment for enemy jungler to dive you. I honestly see that so often on bot and top lane when players tend to overstay for the farm, which causes them to get low afterwards and lose even more. Players don't really know which objectives to prioritize in mid to late game, especially when it comes to the decision of going to Baron or taking mid towers. I feel like that's very common in low elo to prioritize towers over Baron. For instance, when you end up acing the enemy team, most of the time players in low elo will just go mid, take 1 or 2 turrets, then recall like nothing happened. Most of the times, getting Baron is much more beneficial than getting mid towers, even if you manage to take inhibitor. The thing is that you also get huge portion of XP when you kill Nashor. On top of that, you're gonna be able to take those turrets much easier with Baron buff. So look to prioritize Baron a lot more if you end up getting like 2 or 3 kills, getting an ace on the enemy team instead of taking towers, cause it will allow you to snowball much harder and help to close out the games easier. Another thing that's worth mentioning, that Baron buff creates a great opportunity of playing 1-3-1 or 1-4 push instead of just grouping all together, so enemy team has hard time defending against Baron buff minions on all 3 sides. The only case when you want to prioritize towers over Baron, when you only got 1-2 kills and enemy jungler is still up, so there's a risk of them stealing it. Another mistake I would love to mention is not using optimal settings. Optimizing your settings can help you to level up spells with hotkeys, kite well, flash efficiently, and many more. Setting FPS level to 144 if your monitor supports that can be a game changer too, as this might make the picture smooth enough that you can start playing better right away. Early game information and spotting the jungler during the early game is essential when you are building a plan on how to play your lane. Regardless of the role, you can look for an early ward deep inside the enemy part of the map to spot the jungler during his first clear. Another thing you can do is ward in second or third lane bush on bot lane and try to chase enemies when they are face checking. If you want to get to really high rank, you must learn what runes do and vary them based on who you play with and who you play against. There are certain champions who have many options on how to build them, and based on your item build, you need to adjust your rune set. Let's speak about Varus as an example for this. Let's say an enemy team has many tanks. In this case, you must go on hit attack speed build with lethal tempo as a keystone. Another example is your team is full AD, you are the last pick, and you need to get AP to equalize your draft in terms of damage types. In this case, you can go AP Varus with Nashor tools as core item. However, you must pick Halo Blades in this situation. As a third example, we will speak about Lethality Varus, which is great if your team is not overloaded with 80 damage and enemy team is full of squishy champions who you can kill with 2, maybe 3 kills, and this build requires you to play Arcane Comet. The most common power spikes in League of Legends are level 2, 3 and 6. When you're hitting those levels faster than enemy champions do, that's a green light for you to force a fight which you are usually going to win. The main reason why you're going to win is because you're going to have one spell more than the enemy player who is one level lower than you are. In case if the lane opponent is smart enough to fall back and play it safe, make sure to get everything out of it. Really, if your XP lead can help you to get at least 1 minion advantage on enemy champions and don't out of XP, do it. Denying this 1 CS may result in getting level 6 faster than the enemy does and snowballing it into a bigger lead. That's a very common mistake of people not playing the game before minions spawn. I see it literally in the games of all possible ranks. Some people just AFK in the base, the others command their champions to move towards tier 2 tower and ult up for something irrelevant for the game outcome. The worst are those who are moving to the default positions to cover your jungle entrances and getting killed when the enemy team invades. The rule is simple. If you want to use your flash after the laning phase is over, make sure to transit it into an objective. In case if you are just getting the kill, but you can't transit it into anything serious, then don't flash. as simple as it sounds. A regular 300 gold kill is nothing comparable to what you can potentially get with your flash. On top of that, you should always keep in mind that flash has second longest cooldown in the game after teleport. So if you don't have any cooldown reduction for your summoner spells like Boots of Lucidity or Cosmic Insight, then you're gonna wait for 5 minutes till it's up. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to like it. I would also appreciate it if you share your thoughts about the video in the comment section below. If you love the format, if the video was good, so I know if I move in the right way. Take care and see you next video.